Welcome to my channel. This is Growing Older, Living Bolder, and I'm Pam. And today I want to share with you something that's very emotional for me, something that's real, and something that's shaped my own journey into a simpler living in retirement. For me, living simpler, it's become a must for my own mental health. My story today is about my mom, and it's a way for me to share how I was able to move forward in my own life, heading for a simpler retirement. I'm really talking about a topic that's difficult for me. I want to talk to you a little bit more about downsizing. It's about letting go, and it's about the moment that you realize that your kids, they just don't want your things. And sometimes even you don't need those things anymore. But at the center of today's story is something that's very personal to me, and I'm sharing a story about my mom's purse. Yeah, my mom's purse. My mom, when she was alive, she loved her purses. Not just liked them, she loved her purses. She spent a good amount of money for these beautiful purses that she had, and she had many of them, and each one seemed to have its own personality, and she carried them with pride and with style and just with a kind of joy that only she could really pull it off. And when my mom passed away, those purses, they became mine. They were all so beautiful, and I really thought I would love having them. They're really high quality, they're classic, they're timeless purses. And for about 4 years, they have sat in my closet. They've been untouched, unopened, unused. And every time I tried to take one out, I'd see her favorite purse on her arm, her big smile, her walk, her presence. And suddenly, it just wasn't her purse anymore. It was her. It was every memory of being with her, and every moment that we shared, and every piece of her that I really wasn't ready to let go of. So I never used the purses. Not once. Not for 4 whole years. And the weight of holding on to them, there is this heaviness that comes with keeping things that you can't use anymore. It's not a physical weight, it's the emotional weight. Those purses, they were tucked away in my closet, but they were also tucked away in my heart. They represented love, the loss of my mom, and the longing that she was still with me. And every time I opened that closet, and I felt all of that every time I'd look at them. But here's the truth that I had to face. Keeping those purses, it wasn't keeping my mom alive. The memory was in my mind. She wasn't in the leather of those purses. She wasn't in the stitching. She wasn't in the handles. She was in my heart, in my memories, in my life, every day, in my life, in the way that I carry her forward, not in the way that I carry her things. The decision to let go, well, one day I looked at those purses and I realized something really important. I really wasn't honoring my mom by keeping those purses hidden in my closet because I wasn't using them and I wasn't enjoying them. I wasn't sharing them with anybody. They were simply just sitting there waiting for a purpose. And that's when my granddaughter came into the picture. She's young, she's bright, she's curious, she's energetic, and she's really eager to learn. And she's at the age where, she's trying to make money and figure it out. So she's been talking about wanting to understand business and selling and maybe some e-commerce and dipping her toes into the world of entrepreneurship. So suddenly I knew exactly what I was going to do. So I gathered up all those purses, all of them, and I handed them to her. Not as a burden, nope, and not as a memory that she had to carry now, but as an opportunity. Let's talk about a new purpose and a new story for those. Watching her take those purses, yeah, it was emotional. And there was a couple times I felt like taking a couple of them back, but I did not let myself do that. It felt like passing a baton, not of grief, but of possibility. She took pictures of them all. They were all nicely photographed, and she listed them online. She learned how to describe them, how to price them, and how to present them. And when she sold the first one, she just lit up. So did I. She felt so proud, and she felt capable. She felt like she was really successful. She just wasn't selling those purses. She was learning a business. She was growing. She was stepping into her own confidence. And in that moment, I really realized something really beautiful. My mom's purses, they were still helping someone. They weren't helping me anymore, not just me, and not in the way that I expected. They were teaching my granddaughter. They were empowering her and giving her this sense of accomplishment. My mom, if she was alive, she would have loved that. Let's talk about letting go and what that really means. Letting go isn't about forgetting. No, it's about freeing up space, freeing up your emotion, freeing up the next generation to create their own stories. Those purses, they didn't lose their meaning when I let them go. They gained new meaning. They became part of my granddaughter's journey, part of her growth, part of her story. And I realized something really important. Objects, they do not hold memories. We do in our hearts. I didn't lose my mom when I let go of her purses. I simply allowed those memories to live somewhere deeper with someone else, somewhere softer, somewhere more peaceful where they could find a home. Let's talk a little bit about retirement and the courage it takes to simplify. Retirement, it changes you. It makes you look at home differently, your closet differently, your belongings differently. You start to ask that question, what do I really need? What still serves me today? And what am I just holding on to out of habit that I'm not in love with? Sometimes the hardest things to let go are the ones tied to the people that we lost. But letting go doesn't erase them. It actually honors them. It allows their things to continue living in the world instead of sitting untouched in a dark closet. It allows new stories to be written now. I want to tell you a message from my own heart. If you are holding on to something that feels too heavy for you to use, if you're keeping these things because you're afraid letting go means losing that memory, if you're overwhelmed by the belongings of the loved ones who are no longer here, I want you to know you're not alone and you're not wrong for feeling that way. But sometimes releasing those objects allows the memory to breathe again. It all came back. It allows it to live again in a gentler place, and it allows it to become part of someone else's story now. Just like my mom's purses. In closing, I just want to say thank you all for spending your time with me today. This was a really hard story to share, and I had to kind of take a little pause, but it really was an important one for me to tell, and I'm glad I got through it. I'm really trying to follow my own advice that I'm giving to you about downsizing. I'm really trying to live a more simpler life and with what I need. And I'm realizing that I actually feel a lot less stress in my own life when I clean out clutter. I hope that you enjoyed this story about my mom's purses and my emotional journey to getting here and to moving forward. Leave me some comments, because if this story resonated with you, I read all your comments, and share what topics about retirement that you'd like to hear. Remember, we're always growing older. There's nothing we can do about it, but we are still moving forward. We're growing with pride. We're doing our very best. We're giving what we can. We're learning to let go with love, with grace, and with purpose. We're living bolder each day. I'll see you in the next episode. I hope you like and subscribe my video, and I hope you'll remember this really is our time to shine. Thank you all. Talk to you soon.
Here's to the grace. Life's a canvas, and I've got my brush, painting my future in the quiet rush. No more holding back, I'm ready to soar. With every heartbeat I'm craving for more golden days ahead.